Hello, anybody, somebody, nobody, whoever may never see this. This is Z3 Dogs Under Faust, the Whiff. Come back to you with some more top 10 lists. This will be top 10 anime rage moments. This is, of course, subjective. There's going to be major spoilers. And if you don't want to get spoiled, caution. I didn't mention in my other video where I was talking about WTF things because fuck it, that shit's just too weird. But anime rage moments, I will be spoiling Berserk, Hunter x Hunter, Mob Psycho, Naruto, Bleach, uh, Fate Night, Alter. I can't remember that one. Just one of the Fate Night ones. Dragon Ball Z, Hero Academia, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, Attack on Titan, and Hyakakamoru. I can't remember the name of the anime, but some of these have been out for 2, 5, 10, 20 years, so meh, spoiler. With that said, let's get into it. This is, of course, subjective, and if you like my content, please like, share, and subscribe. When Guts charges Griffith, Berserk / Guts is so instrumental. This artwork and manga has influenced hundreds of other creative works. It is phenomenal. One of the biggest rage scenes in all of anime, and then for this, is when the dude is so mad at the betrayal of one of his friends, his commander Griffith, at slaughtering all of his other friends for power. Griffith also, and to save himself, then proceeds to semi-rape his lover / other comrade friend Casca, who had a crush for Griffith, but he's now like this demon guy, and Casca had a crush on Griffith, but he kind of just forcibly takes her, and so it's this weird thing of like long-term consensual into now non-consensual, and so it is rape, but like Casca's mind is also kind of warped in that scene, and he is forced to just like sit there and watch. He can't get to her, and he's so mad and demons are holding him back that he keeps pushing forward with one of the demons, as you can see like stuff on his face there. One of its talons is on his right eye, proceeds to pierce his eye. He gouges his own eye with one of the talons because he just won't stop pushing forward. And then he actually can't get closer to them. So he, because the big thing holding him back is a monster that bit down his arm. So he proceeds to chop his arm off with a split blade. Like his sword is cut in half. So he proceeds to not saw or cut, he chops repeatedly with blunt strikes through his flesh, muscle, and bone, his arm off, only to get like 10 feet and drop down again. Because he's so pissed off at Griffith. It is an insane rage scene, one for the books. Gon confronts Pito. I always forget Pito's full name. It's like some long ass thing. Everyone calls her Pito. So in Hunter x Hunter, there's a long build up revenge pot boiling over now with the climax of the two characters meeting and the odd circumstances of the event. They eventually fight, and the dude becomes a visual nightmare. So, the dude has been like so enraged and enthralled with his quest to kill Pito and save Kite, his mentor, that he's like warping his own mind to become a psychopath and of just pure bloodlust. And when he finds her, she's like healing a little girl, and she doesn't put up any resistance to fight him. So he's like, what the fuck? This person is like an abomination of evil, and they're like doing a good deed, and they're refusing to fight until they can finish healing others. It's like, when did this person turn to Mother Teresa? No, fuck you. This is a lie. This is a trap. I'm gonna kill you. And his friend Killua stops going, and then once he takes her and they get to Kite, his mentor, and I'm cutting a lot from this, he finds out that Kite is actually dead, and then she's actually like healing herself because she's like, yeah, I can't trust you, and she's like, you're a threat, and he's like, oh, so you lied to me. It was all a lie. Okay, I'm done. I don't care anymore. And he gives up his own life force for power, just so he can get to the point where he can just absolutely butcher her. And, yeah, That's kind of what happens. He becomes a beautiful visual nightmare where there's a couple instances in all of anime where they just make such exquisite use of black and white where the dude is almost like it's a part of the manga. It's so beautiful. Where it becomes just this nightmarish black and white creature of strings and lines. And he then is visualized as a grown-up adult version. And he beats her to death, crushes her skull until there's nothing left from the shoulders up, and he still fights her when she's then fighting him in undeath. So wonderful. Easily, like, one of the top 3 things. Actually, is it top? Yeah, top 2. Mob Psycho. I'm gonna sneeze again. Just let it go. So, honestly, this feels weird. Like, it shouldn't be on this list. But the moments when this dude's psychic energy gets to like 300% or whatever, come on. There we go. Or question mark percent, just like the scales can't take it, is so good. He's that level of pissed that he's just so beyond everyone else. And it's like One Punch Man one-sided. The psychic bitch wishes she was this. Oh my god, it's so awesome. And again, black and white, strings, lines. It's so artistic and really brings this like visualization of a manifestation of rage that is now not even Mob, the character. He is become rage. Like, is abandoned the material form and become ethereal. It's just this aspect of anger. And so, I think it's very well done. Naruto sees Hinata die. So, Pain stabs Hinata to death and explains, like, this is how pain works. Love, hate, pain. This is how we live. And when I was your age, my family was killed in front of me by ninja from your village. And now I'm killing people you love. And he's like, this is how the world is. And Naruto just fucking gives up on sanity, embraces Kurama, and becomes a tailed beast, and is wonderful. I love what they did with his eyes and how plain his face is, and just like his irises are zoomed in. Yeah, I feel like, and the quiet where they cut the audio for Hinata when she gets killed. He pain tosses her into the air, throws her back to down, and then just stabs her to death. They cut the audio for that. I think it's a wonderful, good ad. And, yeah, I don't really want to talk about the weird-ass animation that is the Pain versus Naruto fight afterwards. But it's kind of wackadoo. But, yeah, the rage scene of just him transformation, that amount of anger, so good. Ichigo Vastalord. So, when he became a Hollow in round 3 fight versus him against Uekira, we unfortunately never see this again. There's a couple times where his hollow forms are all different and unique, and we never see them again. It pisses me off. This has way more drip than his final form. Hell, Mugetsu is cool as fuck. Half of Ichigo's transformation shit is just lame. It makes me sad when the cool ones just only get a one-off. He, in the manga, give a bit more detail on how he doesn't even recognize Orihime. I forget the name of the Quincy friend, but yeah, he's just gonna fight Uekira, and he can't even understand words, basically. And he's just an absolute beast. And it's such a weird episode because you constantly see Uekira like hiding his power. He's actually way stronger than you think. Blah blah blah. Ichigo gets bodied again by him, and then Ichigo feels betrayed at the end of the fight because he even says to chop, like, hey, chop my arm off, hurt me, because like he beat him, but it wasn't even him. Like, he's like possessed and changed, and so it's like someone else took the controller when he like got up to take a shit, and he came back and the final boss is defeated, and he's been like trying to beat this game forever, and so it just feels like an absolute betrayal, and he's guilty of doing it because it was like this alternate version of himself, and so it's quite odd. Yeah. It's funny because, like, Uekira is just so monstrously stronger than Ichigo, no chance. After this, complete flip. Yukira has no chance. And so it's like, what the fuck? It's like Superman, DC movie. No Superman, everyone's getting bodied. Superman jumps in, Superman bodies everyone. It's just so one-sided. So this is from one of the Fate movies of the Saber Alter when she fights Berserker. This fight is so much longer than it needs to be. This dude will not stay down. Hercules, and this is supposed to be Hercules. Dude's a mad lad. Holy shit. He just constantly is reviving and is pissed, and you like a bunch of times you think he's down for the count, but he is not. Just keeps going. I honestly want to rewatch some of this shit because it's so good. I think this one wasn't even a show. It could have been, if I'm not mistaken, this is just a movie, and it's very good. All the Fate gender swapping shit aside, some of the fights are exquisite. I don't have the Fate Zero fight on here, but the Fate Zero fight is also the iconic one of the monk priest versus the gunslinger guy. Very good fights. And there's so many more fights that are good. Archer versus Lancer. Oh, so many good fights. Gohan SS2. Police sirens outside. Before I started recording, there's like someone yelling some lovely racial profanities outside as a homeless person. You know, gotta love it. America. So there's a lot of good transformation scenes, and I mentioned that here. But I think the best one is Gohan SS2 when a robot that wasn't even alive, an android, proceeded to turn coat and be a nice person, and he wanted to protect life, and in return another android killed him and called him weak and stupid, and everyone else is trying to survive, and he's saying I shouldn't embrace power and rage because that's not good, it's not what life should be, and he's like, no, you should embrace that if it means protecting others. It's sometimes some people cannot be reasoned with, and you have to do this, and that's okay. Sometimes we need a hero like this, and he fucking snaps, and I love that snap. Stay snapped, stay snapped. The Gohan SS2 transformation is just so good. Everyone else is just nothing compared to Gohan. Cell, who's been a menace his entire time, easily defeated, two-punched. Prominence burn. So Endeavor in Hero Academia, he has his moments. This is one of them where he fights Inomu, who's fire resistant, etc. Dude constantly fights him along with the other hero, the Falcon guy, and Wing something, I don't remember. Anyway, he gets him to the fucking stratosphere and just explodes into pure heat. I was gonna say hate, where he just becomes this supernova incinerator in the sky, just this meteor of fire, just burning this thing into beyond ashes, just disintegrating him, and he himself drops down to earth as a fireball, and then is revealed to have his fist raised for victory. But this scene where he just says it's go beyond plus ultra prominence burn, that 10 to 15 seconds, so nice, so good, so moist. It is a great fire scene. Mustang tortures Envy. I felt that was correct wording here. So let me see how long this is so far. I still have so much time. Spoilers. So when Envy is revealed to be the one to kill Mace Hughes and gloats about it, Mustang proceeds to slowly burn him. He targets specific areas to cause him pain, to show the difference of his looming death, because he wants Envy to pay, not to just be dead. That's gonna happen, but he wants him to pay, to suffer. And he makes him suffer. He just looks down on him, and it is just the point where his colleague and friend, I can't remember her name, but she holds a gun to him and is threatening to shoot him because she's you're losing it, you're snapping, you're turning into a monster, and we need to either you kill Envy or continue to use him as leverage, but you killing him out of pure hate right now is not going to be beneficial for us. And he's just so consumed by rage. And I think this is just so set up. It's set up so well by the scene prior in the previous episode before Envy's death, where Envy gloats, transforms into Mace Hughes' wife, and gloats how stupid Hughes was to be easily tricked. Oh my god, he's like, you're an idiot. You're a fool. Adding fuel to your funeral pyre. Oh, it is so good. And Envy totally forgot Hughes already killed one of the homunculuses. He killed Lust by just setting her on fire a shit ton of times. Yeah, not to be fucked with. He's like, how does it feel to have the fluid inside of your eyes boil? I imagine it might sting a little. It's like, and then he lights the tongue on fire. Isn't it surprising how quickly the tongue can be turned into a boiling grease? It's how so easily it can burn. Oh, dude. Yeah, that whole thing, he was a total scene stealer. That was his moment of just pure anger. Those are, like, what even is these eyes, dude? Like, his eyeball is supposed to be like this big, this giant fucking thing, and he just has these like Batman scowling diagonal triangle eyes right now. But damn if it doesn't work. That shit is great. This isn't the right image, but Eren one leg charges Annie as a Titan. So there's a lot of rage scenes in Attack on Titan. Like, come on, there's a bunch. I think the best one is actually not when Levi attacks Beast Titan. Super cool, but I don't think it's the best one. I think the best one is when Eren couldn't turn into a Titan because he had doubt, and then he's able to turn back into a Titan, and then he is so enraged because he's not even a fully formed Titan that he's like this half-ass Titan with like a leg missing and one arm or some shit, and he is like leap running, charging at Annie, who is a female Titan, and he's on fire, and he just starts to like maul her to death, rip her limbs off, crush her skull, and he's an angry boy. And they even hold Mikasa back because they're like, yeah, we don't even know if Eren could recognize you right now. Like, we know you're great friends, but like, he is too pissed off. We need to give him some space. He needs his COVID 6 feet. And like, everyone's actually like hundreds of feet away and like still getting hurt by him. He's just not to be trifled with. Honorable mention, Hyakukumaru slaughters. So I don't forget if these are just bandit samurai or regular samurai, the context why this happened. But in the show, which I didn't think was very good, a bunch of kids are chopped down to death by these samurai before the dude gets there and as he gets there, that he knew. He feels some type of way about that. He don't do that. He don't do that. And so they don't, he gives them unlife via sword by chopping them into pieces and beheading them, slicing them up. Because the dude, like, in the anime, he's, like, giving up his limbs to demons and then he has to, like, reclaim parts of his body, humanity. I don't know. Anyway, his arms are replaced by, like, swords. And so the dude just goes around swinging and butchering everyone. And, yeah, maybe they shouldn't have chopped up kids in the street and lit their house on fire. Maybe that was not the right answer. Bit of a fucking rager. With that said, I think this is pretty fucking short compared to the others. Yeah, it's like 5 minutes short. There's other rage scenes, and there's like moments of like pure anger and like high focus, like One Piece. I was thinking about including here. I felt bad for not including it. Maybe there's some bias there because I don't really care for One Piece, but I don't feel like it matches a lot of the stuff on this list. I'm sorry. Like, intense stare, angry stare. Like, there's a lot of angry stares in One Piece. And, like, a big yell. Ah! But even that, I don't feel like they match the Roy Mustang stare and the Dragon Ball yell. Like it's good, but I'm sorry, sweetie, it doesn't make the cut. Some of these other things here, like hell, all this blood for Hyakumaru, it's not shown in One Piece. Like it doesn't even do that. It's more family friendly. It's a good story, etc. And there's other animes out there that have ragers, but if you want some really angry based animes, super based, watch these ones. With that said, hot take, I think despite popularity, the Mob Psycho season 3 is not good. Sorry, but compared to 1 and 2, it just doesn't come close to matching in my opinion. Anywho, if you like this content, as I said before, please like, share, and subscribe. I have a lot of gaming content. I apologize for any mispronunciations, mistypings. If you don't agree with my list, too bad, so sad. It's subjective. I mentioned that. I do like good-natured feedback and, criticism to a degree of intellectual thought. If you have any recommendations, etc. I hope everyone is having a good day and getting through these times that we're in. And, if you're a gamer, game on and live life. That said, take care. Bye.